Thank you for the shout out. Why is that one picking up and that one isn't? Oh, wait. Figured out what was going on. Okay, I do have to crop it a bit. Get back to here. Righto. Oh, I do not want to refresh my gizmos. No, no. Okay. This is one I've been working on. I only got 450 hours into this one. 300, 200, and the other one's already deleted because they're completely incompatible. Let's have a look. You guys seeing things? Let me put this over there again. That worked. Nothing crashed. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cropped on the left and right, as you can see. There is, you can't quite see. Continue. What does it say? Game. Yeah. Game. What? Game. What? Oot. Yeah, there's a bit missing there, but sorry about that. Yeah. I do not see how I can otherwise switch the video to a... Maybe do a 1440 and then crop the top and bottom, but you're gonna have to live with it. Kind of ish. I mean, you see with the format, it's kind of a 4 to 4 almost from the size of the window for the game. And I didn't want to have I didn't. Um, oh. No, I can only resize the whole window. Yeah. Does that resize the game? No, it doesn't. It just resizes it on my side. Can I resize that? What does it do? Is it resizing it? Who's that? It is. Oh my god. Get back my 1920, please. I shouldn't have done that. 1440. Come on. A quick apply. Yes, this is gonna totally destroy things. Yeah. Then go back to 1920. Yeah, I mean, I could, but it would cut off the top and the bottom. I'm gonna look into that. I just noticed that few moments previously to the stream today. I don't want to worry about that right now. It's looking right. So live with it for right now, and let's have a look. Oof, I hope so. And I could also change the format of the whole stream. How many cables laying around here? Oh, there we go. Fix it. Kudos. All right, where were we? This is our train. This is basically what we have produced so far. This is where we originally started our main base. Like I said, the design patterns aren't like you might have seen on some other screen streams, I'm quite a squarish guy, but the main thing is we have trains. We have lots of trains. We got trains going everywhere. We got trains going everywhere. We got a whole map here. And the stream is categorized as satisfactory. You might have to reload to see that. Yeah, I did change category and title. Please reload if you do not see it. We have a few trains going on here doing A to Bs and B to Cs. Okay. I would suggest just making a quick tour around. I mean, you can make an initial. Of course, already got the ability to fly and stuff like that. We uh, take a look at what, for example, the original factory looks like. Like, everything is kind of separated. I don't think that one is loadable anymore. So it is kind of a factory for factory based thing, connected all together via trains. So you have your basic, like here, iron ore. Sounds familiar from Factorio. Yeah, these are the miners, taking them out already. Level 3. God, that's probably too loud. But is the music too loud? That's fine. Um, This is, you do not, no, it's not a bikini. I was gonna say you don't see me, but no, no bikini, sorry. No, I'm on the ground now. No. There's flowers, but no bikinis. Well, underneath I'm wearing a bikini, but that's none of your business. So yeah, we got the fastest miners going, so they are doing 240 per minute. Otherwise you have 120 or 60. I think that's the 3 levels. And this stuff is then being collected, since it is, like I said, 240. I think they're all 240. Doing via a tier 3 belt. Tier 3, I think, does how do you switch this kind of stuff here? Oh, I can't remember. It's been a while. Nope, that, there. Um, where do we have it? 7, 6, 7? That's tier 3. That actually goes up to tier 4, tier 5. Yeah. They got tier 3 pulling in. That is fast enough for the 240 per minute. But over here, there should be a tier 5. Yeah, because we've got 3 lanes coming in together. One here, and one here. Adding up to 720. So that's why this one is the fastest. Going up there, unfortunately, we can't get up there. We close that out. Because this is pretty much finalized, self-sufficient. Do we have an entry point? I think we actually might have closed ourselves completely out. Let's have a look at the side, what is coming back out. So we are producing products here. For example, screws, for example, iron plates, or reinforced iron plates actually, not just simple iron plates. For example, autosave already starting. Oh. Modular frames and stuff like that, just from this single factory here. It completely can take care of that. Do want to have a look upstairs. Have a look if we can get in there. This is just one of many factories. I might have to do something like something like this. Get rid of that. Yeah, that's why we didn't want that. So that 720 iron ore is being passed up to this layer, coming into here, here, being passed on to this conveyor belt and this conveyor belt. Half is going over here to be smelted into iron bars, I think this is. Iron ingots, they're called here. And half is going over to here to be passed along and then put into these smelters also to make, what did I just say? Iron ingots. And this then, of course, on a whole line, you know, going all the way down here so they can handle the 360. Yeah. As this one is doing 30 per minute, and you do the calculation yourself. How many do you need if they can handle 30 per minute to take care of 720? So yeah, once that is done, this is then from both sides led up to here to go over to here. Also these, so we got, what do we got? 1, 2, 3 lanes doing that. And this then goes once again upstairs. We're gonna have to remove this as well. Fortunately, nothing breaks if we remove that. And these are then passed on to the next level. Here, the constructors doing iron plates on this lane, all the way down to there. Then we have more coming in. Do we still see it here? Coming in. Being spread out on both sides here to do the iron rods on both sides. Both sides iron rods, because these are also highly required. They're fairly, I wouldn't say slow, but they're doing 15 per minute. So do the calculation yourself. They require 15, produce 15. And the outcome is then, due to the calculation, maximized to go, once again, up to the next layer. That's the way it keeps on going. Let's see. These are the plates going outwards that we produced over on that side. Kind of confused that we... Oh, some are going upstairs because we have another layer. We have another layer up here. And it keeps on going, right? So we are passing in those plates that we just made. And this is just the initial factory, right? These are the trivial parts. Well, they're coming over here. They're going over to the factories. We missed where we were making the screws. The screws are coming from here because we passed in the iron bars or iron rods, and out of the iron rods we can make the screws. So together with the screws and those plates, we can then, I hope you're not getting motion sick. Right. We are making these reinforced plates. And that, at the end of the day, is once again being passed upwards. We're at the top level. The reinforced ones and a few more of those iron rods are being passed into these assemblers, and these assemblers are then creating these modular frames. And so we got pretty much 4 items that we are producing here self-sufficiently, more or less. This is already filled up. And all of this then basically goes back down See if we can see how that happens. Yeah, we got it all pretty much closed off. But we could take a look, see if that's far enough down. Yeah, it goes down, 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 down. Like, these screws are just here in case we need some of them. We got a storage behind that, fully full of screws, just in case we want to pick up some raw materials. Reinforced iron plates, and then we have these, come on, these modular frames, and these are then the items that are passed along. Here's the next factory coming in from the other side. Here, all the way up here, which we can't see, so we have to go to the outside. Which we can't get to from here. Dang it. I don't want to break even more. I mean, this isn't just an autosave that is happening, so we're not going to lose anything. Right, so this is the path we were running along. Going up to here. Let's take a look from the outside. This is that. Coming to here and providing that into our freight platform, so we have our modular frames at our train station. Plus, I mean, the train station is big, isn't it? It's just the train station itself over here where the train parks, and then you have the loading area for the trailers. And we got a couple of them. We also have one for, like we saw the other thing coming in, the cables. That is coming in from the right-hand side here. All right. Bon appetit, Mahlzeit, and hear you next time. Bye, Schaftlach. So we got two items coming in here, being produced by these two factories here. The other stuff is just intermediate stuff that we are providing for ourselves. We got another one over here that is just providing one additional item that are the wires. Wires are basically made from copper, but the principle is the same. We got copper coming in somewhere there and being produced inside of this building, and the output is then being piped into this factory. Trains coming in. I'm guessing this trailer is probably pretty full. Yeah. It's not being really used. That was the trailer, wasn't it? Yeah. Nothing being used right now from that. It's pretty filled up. We can't look into this right now while it's loading, unloading until it moves. You got signals and stuff like that, like block signals and pass-through signals and pass-around signals. What's this one here? Yeah, it's a pass signal, exactly. Just to make sure if somebody's within this perimeter that not multiple trains are running through there. If it does recognize, okay, I can go safely or not, it would continue, but it noticed, okay, you're on the same track as I am. This guy notices you are not on the same track. He can go through while that one is waiting. Right. That's kind of the principle. I mean, it is a lot of blah, 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 real fast stuff. But what I'd say, we could take a quick trip. Like I said, these are the two initial factories from the starting area. We could hop onto the train, have a look um, at the timetable, see what would be the furthest way to give you guys a view of that. One might be near the oil fields. How about that? Where do I find that one? Here, for example. All right. Let's take a short trip along our path. Everything you see, except the flora and fauna, is basically produced by me. Got the next factories over here. Long way down there. Got a floating factory here. One stuck to the mountain there. Oh, was I really on mute all the time? Dang it. Pax Pad, yeah. How long have I been muted? Yeah. I was explaining like we got factories here and factories there, and okay, that's gonna be I'm gonna have to make that blinky if it's on mute. Anyways, that was the one side. It wasn't the complete side that we were looking at there. No wonder nobody said anything. I hope, did I explain that this is the initial area that we started at? Yes, I built all this by myself. Those are the two initial factories. And besides the flora and fauna is what, jeez, why did I go on mute then? Did it, oh, I might have touched the mic and there's a button that is easily touchable. So everything here is producing something that is required by somebody else. This is pretty much the main bus, I'd say, and it can be really handled by just these two lanes, one going in one direction, one in the other. I have a bit of a bottleneck coming up here, but it still works, so... Wait, did we already pass the bottleneck? Oh, did we? I think we did. So we got factories going on over here, up there. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying I didn't come up with anything. Oh, here's the bottleneck, exactly. There's a lot of companies going in here, factories doing stuff required by other stuff. Fairly too close, you see all the signals required, and that could cause some issues from time to time. They're fairly slim. They just have a single line of factories, all the material being passed in and one to load up the final product. Pax Pad, yeah, I couldn't come up with I couldn't find a name. What do you do for luggage or packages and stuff like that? Oh, I love this roundabout. That is a beautiful one. Thanks to, what's her name? Fixie? She showed me a design and I kind of adapted that. Here we got all our energy and oil production going on there, or a lot of it. We got more than just one. Got a factory going up over here, going into this humongous building there, making things that can then be picked up by that, or providing the resources there. Yeah, so Pax Pad. I couldn't find a name. What is the shortcut? Pax is for passengers. What is for packages? Like, what's the shortcut for that? I couldn't find one, so I just kept with, okay, let's just do Paxes. Thank you. Like I said, it's only, what was it? 200, 300, 400 hours that I've been on this world. And I'm surprised that it's still compatible, because I had plenty of worlds during the pre 1.0 release where we're adding this area, and I was basically then, I mean, you can still use it, you drive basically through the world, but I was driving then through mountains, not around mountains, but literally through a mountain, and I was in the other side of the world, and that was, I had a whole half of a factory inside of the underworld. And that just didn't work, so, yeah. And stuff like this here, yeah, that's not good. They added mushrooms right onto the place where I have my tracks. Oh well. Oh look, it's Saturn. Yeah, we should be coming up to the next, we might be bypassing it, but should be coming up to the next energy providing area, because this is what I was telling Musics. You have the maximum, I can't look at it right now, but we can have a look at the energy requirements, and I like to stay over what the maximum could be, the maximum consumption. Although we might only be using currently a fraction of it. don't think we're turning off here, are we? Oh, that's actually just an error we are. I was thinking about creating there. Haven't quite finished that. Yeah, so I'm saying over the maximum that is being could be consumed. We turning? We're not turning. Unfortunately, we're not turning back there. There's a nice little island. Dang it! Wait, wait. Stop! 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 I want to see that. Oh wait, it is here. Never mind. Keep going. This is yet another power production area. Retrieving oil, converting that into the required materials. Here's a nice roundabout. Oh, we are going back there. Okay. So, yeah. Piping in everything that is required. Water, oil. Here's the water producers, those red bubbly things. Transforming it into whatever to finally make the material that is required to produce energy, power. This is, yeah. Got confused there for a moment. Or no. Stop! Right. Let's have a look. Can we get off here and check? Can't see a thing. And check our energy. Can we see? Yes, we have a maximum consumption of 24 gigawatt. We are currently only consuming, well, actually, this is pretty high. 8,000, 8.5 roundish, and we're producing 26. So we are definitely, although this is random because we have geysers, you know, where steam comes out, that is kind of flaky. That's why it's going up and down. Otherwise, like oil production stuff, that is pretty stable. But the important part is to stay above this red, the red. I got a red-blue issue. The blue line, that is the max consumption we could have. That's what I was kind of always taking care of. Yeah. So that's kind of it. Right. That is one part of my world. I guess we could keep going. We made it up to here. We kind of made it all around this way. Guess we could head back to here. That'd be cool if you could find that, if there is actually one. Church, T motors. We haven't had a look all the way back here. We're gonna miss that. Motors. Okay. Let's head back. No, no. Stop. I didn't select anything. Edit timetable. Sometimes I'm lost. Okay, did I actually stop calling them packs at some time, I guess? Oh, still called packs. Pad? Pad packs. I don't know why. Don't worry about the naming that I'm using. Yeah, it's confusing sometimes. So, train station pad. What are we going to use here? The furthest is their pad rubber TM. So it kind of reflects what it is producing. Pad rubber. You see, I got a few stations. Pad rubber. Did I say CS? TM. TM. So yeah, that's kind of the non-bus lane solution for Satisfactory. You got separated factories, kind of wish taking care of themselves. They get stuff fed in, it makes it a bit complicated for doing the calculation, the equation for satisfying everybody equally, and definitely it is not completely well balanced. See, here I was planning on continuing the lane at least over there. This is pretty much the end of the world that I have, and the end of world being this world does. Where would it continue? It's basically 3 or 4 main areas. You got a desert area, you got the greenish area where I began, and you got... Well, you can choose it at the beginning of the game. At what kind of area you want to start at. Whee! Let's go over. Oh, there's a Christmas present. Yeah. Kind of it. I do not think I can load in the bus solution I had. First of all, it's very imperformant. The performance is very bad. ... Yo, Scotty, welcome in. Scotty, you have to update your server. I don't know if you know it already, maybe you have, or maybe somebody's already informed you, but I was not able to join due to mod mismatch for the real company name. I did come up with my due diligence, my debt. I paid my debt for the vote yesterday. We did 4, 5, 6 different trips, but I wasn't able to do it on your server because of that mod mismatch for real companies. It might be sufficient if you update the mod. Musics and I tried it locally, that didn't do it. But yeah. Again! Yep, it's again. Yep. We tried it on our side. We unsubbed, resubbed to the mod, downloaded the whatever it is, 250 megabytes, and still not being able to connect. So, kinda seemed like it's a server issue. Because after that, I did set up a local server on my machine. Of course, I don't have a dedicated one like you do. And Musics was able to join perfectly there. So. And Hev, I think, was mentioning something about they have been having issues with that real company. Yeah, no, yeah. It's fungus on my rails, yeah. It's more than fungus. Yeah, that's if you don't play it for a while, then things kind of tend to re-pop up. I don't know, like trees and mushrooms, and I'm pretty sure the mobs also. So there is a flora and fauna living here. Okay, we gotta wait for that train. So train signals is working. Yeah, I got fungus. I haven't been in here for a while, so things are growing. No, I think with every patch or every update they're doing, mobs are completely respawned. That's why at some time I reset them to peaceful. Like, I'm kind of sick and tired of it. You see, well, Nuthead there is okay, but other things are quite aggressive. And some of them are very, very dangerous. Oh, look at that cross over there. Isn't that beautiful? They can kill you if you're not prepared. Like, they throw poison, fire, or stuff like that. That's, yeah, yuckies. So I put them on peaceful, so yeah, I was done with that at some point. Monster has it right, but I think he was on his phone still when he noticed that, but he did then say, no, Scotty has to do that. So I'm not sure if he's allowed to update the mods or it just doesn't quite know how to do it. I cannot confirm nor deny that. I mean, he is moderator, I think, and you did give one more. It wasn't me, it was somebody else. But if it's an admin, right? I don't know. Oh, did I say these are all companies over there? Yeah, they're factories producing something, single item, that is then passed into this main. It's not a bus anymore, it's a production lane. I, I can't answer that. Scotty has to answer that. I don't think they can. Okay, we got another ad break coming up here shortly. I'm going to use it, head around the corner for a moment. We should be at the target by then, and that would probably finalize the short showcase here. Hoping you guys are enjoying it and will enjoy it. I'll be right back, and then we'll probably switch over to Factorio. We're back. So, yeah. Hope you guys got an impression what is possible here. It is, you know, involving. And there's a lot possible. So this was a short showcase. Hope you guys liked it. Heading the train back. Oop, that's what usually happens. Heading the train back to home. Where's home base? Don't play this for a while. Home base. Back home. Yeah. This would kind of be the next game that I would be playing. Perhaps. It was on the vote yesterday. It equaled to Factorio and then ATS 1. So I am choosing Factorio after we get to the home base. You guys like this? Like each and every one of these factories. Underground, you see the factories are building stuff there. You don't actually see it. Each and one of these blocks are doing some kind of production. Here's my little roundabout going back up. Whee! We got trains there, delivering, retrieving stuff. Exactly. Every game has their place. And each... Yeah, I gotcha. Each and every one of those trains are taking care of something. Those that have multiple trailers are usually taking care of multiple stuff. I'm just carrying junk with me, stuff that I require for extending, building, track stuff, ground stuff, signals, stuff like that. We didn't take a look at what's going on back there, but there's more factories back there as well. Going downstairs and over to the next parts of the world. Here's a factory. Underneath there you can kind of not really see it. And then you always have the train stations delivering the single items and the train station taking the produced item. There's more back there. I don't know. You guys saw the list. Maybe 70, 80, 100, 150. I don't know how many train stations are producing different kinds of stuff. And of course, it's not optimized. Some things are producing not enough. Some things are overproducing. Here, sidetracked company for some kind of fluids downstairs. You kind of see it there. Oh, it's gone. And then we head back. Maybe could have done this design a bit better so it's not just a floating island there or there. No. Hello, Cyber Whiskey. You are awesome. All the signals work. All the companies are delivered with materials by all these trains. And yeah, what I haven't gotten into, I think the final tiers and nuclear power I had. I don't know, do I have a mod here? There are mods for very complex nuclear power plant setups where you can reuse the stuff, because the vanilla ones just basically, you know, you have the waste and that's it. What do you do with the waste? Well, you collect it in endless storages and that's it. And then somebody came up with a mod. He's got to be some kind of, what do you call it, atomic. No, it's not single player. It is actually multiplayer. That's the cool thing about it. That's why I was planning maybe playing it with Mustix, maybe a few others. I've watched a few do that. Oh, what the hiccups, sorry. Um, so, we're back to where we are. This is basically the main tower, besides some yuckies, that goes up to some kind of space station, transporting materials that let you level up from tier to tier. And your initial... I'm going to play with cow? I'm going to play with Mustics. Cow? I say cow? You do like to confuse me, don't you? Um, I don't... Others. The... Yeah, sometimes I slur that. The. The. Where's the initial building I was looking for? So when you land on the planet, you basically start out with just... It's this one? No, it's this one. This is your starting building. And this is a... It's kind of dark now. This little... Don't really see it, do you? There's a little spaceship here. Kind of a design issue there, though. That goes up and down when you advance during your levels. Here's the Fix It hub, where you then choose your different tiers. So tier 0 is completely done. You have your upgrades. They require some simple stuff. Upgrade 2, you need you get power lanes, and if you provide it with... I gotta work on my pronunciation. Open your mouth. When you produce and deliver 20 iron rods and 10 iron plates, then you get all of this stuff. And then you move along, upgrade 3, blah, 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 4, 5, 6. And then you can finally, once you have all that done, more or less, you move up to tier 1. Select a milestone. Oh. Where you can do this and that and stuff, foundations, logistics, where you could finally get some kind of conveyor splitters and mergers and lifters, elevators, and um. Oh, Sour Whiskey is on a 3-stream streak. Congrats! Thank you for watching. Um, you get a map, you get the MAM, the molecular analysis machine used to analyze new and exotic materials. Object scanner where you can scan things on the map. I think I have that. Where is my scanner? Oh, you get a coffee cup. That's the most important thing. Coffee cup. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a solo project. It's whatever I can do. Then you continue with tier 2, copper sheets, and blah, and bloops, and blee, tier 3. Coal power, where you finally get some good energy production, so you have to pipe in the coal, and then you get your first farms set up where you can do coal power. You get your first vehiculars, tractors, and truck stations. I'm not all too much of a fan anymore of the tractors and truck stations because, I don't know, my trucks kept falling off the ramps that I created. It was weird. Maybe they fixed that. I don't know. Then you get the steel and enhanced stuff here, like Sano Bash, so you can do some damage to the mobs. Tier 4, you can do blueprints. That's a really strong feature where you can set up whole factories and just copy them, kind of like Factorio, of course. Logistics for more storage and faster conveyors, and, better steel, and better power, and stuff like that. Tier 5 jetpacks where I can, like you just saw me, I can fly around. Oil production, that is where you then go into a really good mid-game, mid-end game. It's not end game because end game would be nuclear. Mid-end game oil production for. We don't have the power production here, do we? You get the faster conveyor belts. Packagers where you can package liquids into canisters and packaged water so you can transport that on conveyor belts if you want. There it is, petroleum power, yeah. So fuel power generators running on oil. Manufacturers, computers, is just higher level stuff that is required either by the tower that I just showed you that has to be transported up to the whatever space station, and then finally you get your locomotives at tier 6. You can get there fairly fast. It looks like a long way, but it's not that bad. Uh, Higher blueprints. I don't think I did. I didn't do that yet. I did do railway signaling. Otherwise, I wouldn't have signals. Yeah, they must have changed some kind of requirements then, because we do have block and pass signals. Then we got bauxite and heck, the fastest conveyor belts. And then you get the, so you can go into hazard areas like the radioactive areas where you have to get the, um, the material for the nuclear power systems. And then you start, is it here yet? Batteries, radio controlled, I think it might be tier 8. Yeah, where you could do drones. I don't know, I haven't found anybody yet that likes a drone system because it is very expensive. Fluid-wise, you have to provide it with fuel? Jeez. Why did my monitor just go off?